one of the biggest reasons why you have the problem with the FTX, that of course private company, which is non-public, is for people to get demoralized about blockchain and what the true value of Bitcoin is. So hence you have 1001 other so-called shitcoins on the back of Bitcoin. What is the greatest threat to the world of centralized banking and governments is actually the DeFi movement, which is another word for blockchain. Because blockchain allows you to become the bank and banker, it bypasses the middleman. As you know, the middleman is the one that robs you. Just as a church leader will tell you that you have to go to them in order to speak to God or the Creator. Catholic Church, of course, has a complete monopoly on that. And it is because they have that monopoly, they achieved it on the back of finance, information, education, sex, gender, contracts, marriages, and so on and so forth. You're all tied to that middleman. That's coming to an end because by 2030, 2030 agenda, the centralized banks would have lost like 99% control. In addition to that, the Bank of International Settlements in Bern, Switzerland, that will also come to an end. Its charter is not going to be renewed. Who the hell wants to renew a charter with these centralized banks when you've got access to Bitcoin? Now, on a psychological level, what is going to be happening is that the Central Reserve banks all over the world, which are really just franchises of the Bank of International Settlement, will be printing off even more money and trying to give away as much money as they can. So essentially the summary of this talk is that not only is Bitcoin incoming, but the huge amounts of fiat currency is also incoming. If you haven't already noticed, they're giving away cars. If you haven't noticed, they're giving away loans. They are hoping that they will be able to put people into debt, i.e. with mortgages, as well as with education and transmutilation of children, etc., to put them into a position where they are totally in debt to the pharmaceutical, the banks, the corporations, and so on and so forth, that need and survive on the principle of mutilation, stealing your sweat equity, and so on and so forth. You know, we commonly refer to this as the principalities. I think you understand. So Bitcoin is incoming. Huge quantities of money is also incoming. The newspapers and the media will not speak about these things because they want you to save your money so you can put it in the bank. The more you save, the more they can lend out. They're actually lending out your money, which you know is being custody because they have custody of your money. Just to remind you of the culprit, okay, this is of course a nobody, and all they do is they hire people to publicize what they're doing for the sole purposes of taking their money away. So, you know, do your due diligence. Okay, do your due diligence and you will quickly come to realize you cannot have a middleman in a trustless organization. The system that we have at the moment is a trustless organization. In other words, they form a trust with you, and that trust has been collapsed so badly that the blockchain mechanism, the mechanism of blockchain, made it trustless. In other words, you don't need that interfering third party between you and your money. What is yours, and what is yours is yours. I mean, how many more times can I say that? As long as you keep putting a middleman in, you're going to get compromised. Okay? So the position of the trust or the trust formation in terms of finance and in terms of governance, it's all coming to an end. Okay? Now, you know, if you've seen my video on what trust is and what rescissions is, you will understand the psychological need for you guys to keep faith with yourselves. Okay, and you do that with two other trusted people. The government and unknown people can never be trusted. The banks can never be trusted. The corporations can be trusted. Why? Because they are a unknown. Okay? You are the best guardian for your money. I think you know that. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.